Good morning and welcome back to the channel, and I'm at the site of Cudworth railway station. I'm joined today by Wet Dog.
Good morning.
And we're exploring the site of the Cudworth railway station, which was Barnsley's original station, which opened on the 1st of July 1840 by the North Midland Railway. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have a look around the site of the station, and then we're going to take a stroll down the line down towards Oldham Junction.
Before we enter this mini-series between the Cudworth railway station and Oldham Junction, let's have a little look. So today we're going to explore the remains of the Cudworth railway station, which you're going to see here. You can see where the two lines split between the North Midland Railway and the Great Central Railway. We're going to take a stroll down the Chapeltown loop, which was part of the North Midland Railway, that leads down towards Stairfoot station.
Now this is the site of the Cudworth railway station. It originally opened by the North Midland Railway, eventually becoming the Midland Railway, and then later on to become the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. It opened in 1840, and then it was renamed Cudworth for Barnsley on the 1st of August 1854. Eventually, on the 1st of May in 1870, it was renamed Cudworth, and eventually it closed on the 1st of January in 1968. Now I believe at a time that there was several platforms, as it was quite a large station, and this is what it looks like today. Literally just vegetation. Now there is a lot of ballast down that does suggest that this was a railway line. Now the line did operate until I think it was 1986. So like I said, this is all just ballast here, and I think I'm stood on the site of where the platform, there would have been a platform to the right here, and then to the left here I think this was the Hull and Barnsley Railway, and this was our Midland line on the right here. There's literally nothing left. I think it's just literally all been built, bulldozed over. Like I said, there's a lot of ballast still left. Now to the left, somewhere around here, would have been station platform, the station buildings, and going across would have been a footbridge, I think, coming in from where the station's entrance site was on the station road. Just found a railway sleeper down here, which has still got a track chair on it, absolutely rusting away. But that's an old wooden sleeper. It's a nice little find, that. There's absolute masses of ballast everywhere. Found this concrete fence post, I think. Still got a load of wires around it. Just looking down there, that was the entry into the station, which was either known as Station Road or Station Lane. So that would have been the entry into Cudworth station. So as we have a look at the end of Station Lane and the entry into the station, we're just assuming that the footbridge that was here went across here somewhere. Now it is overgrown. Now there is a wall that's been knocked out here, but there is potentially some evidence that this could have been the footbridge that went across the line and then over there. Just having a little stroll further down the line and down the station site, and it looks here like we found some platform remnants. So this would have been the Midland platform. clearly see how the ground level raises, and it does look like we had a platform here on the right. Again, it's all overgrown, so you can't see much. If we take a little further venture down, you can see how the ground raises more. And it does show that this was one of our platforms. And the station site was fairly big, so the platforms were quite long. Yeah, you can tell this was our platform right here. So just roughly around here, as you can see, we're probably just around the end of where the platforms would have been. I think it was just around there. So we're going to head down here now, and there was the site of the signal box, which there are some remains left, and there's a water tower that's to the left that still exists. So we just had a little look at this building, which I don't think is anything to do with the railway. We're believing it's a World War II bunker. Now, there was a little entrance in at the side, but we didn't go in only because we didn't bring our torches. But if you do know what this was, please leave a comment in the box. Just come across this railway sleeper, and there's plenty of these around the station site. So concrete sleeper. Now this is what the site of where one of the signal boxes would have been located. Now I know it was here because if you just have a look in the left there, you can see the water tower, and there is a photograph that was taken just from a bit further back, which I'm going to try and fade in, showing where the signal box was. And you can see the foundations of the signal box that are still left, and there is even a little bit of wires that still remain. So this here was your signal box. You can see the original floor there. And there's some trees that have grown. Yeah, this was the site of the signal box. And at one point, this was here the main Leeds line going down towards Derby. So you've got the junction here going towards Stairfoot, and then this line heading down towards Derby. What we're going to do now is we're going to head off down towards Stairfoot along the Ardsley Viaduct and show you what's left. So I've just come a little further back, and I think I'm stood at a point where this picture was taken. So signal box there, and there's the water tower to the left that still remains. So this photo is going to show where the signal box was. We stumbled across this, and we believe that maybe there's a pipe run underneath that went from where the water tower is just on the left there down towards the platforms to supply water to the platforms. If you do know, please leave a comment in the box. Now it does actually run for quite some distance, as we've just discovered. So our thinking is, yeah, potentially this pipe under here that would have led to the water tower. So this is the Cudworth water tower, which I think supplied water to the railway station. Still in good nick, or in decent nick. Just a little look inside. I think this is where the water supply came from, somewhere around here. So where I'm stood here now shows where a train is actually passing down towards the junction. You can just see that there's a little bridge in the background, so there's a train coming down this way. So I'm going to show you this fade. So this is called Small Bridge Dyke. It runs underneath this bridge here, which is that railway bridge that I just showed you the picture of the train. You can see how wide this railway line was as it branched between both lines. You would have about 4 railway lines around here. There's a lot of ballast going down that lead line. And then just another shot. Look at that. We're going to save this one as well for another time, because I believe there's a lot left. So we're going to focus on another video on that line at some point. Anyway, let's head off down towards Stairfoot. So here we are at the Cudworth South junction. And now we're just going to follow where the Chapeltown loop line headed. So this is Cudworth South junction. Now we're moving along the Chapeltown loop line, which is going to head towards Stairfoot. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you towards the Ardsley Viaduct. I've just come across something here. I'm not exactly sure what that was. There's a pile of rubble. There's nothing on the maps that suggests there was anything here. Potentially some kind of workers' hut, maybe. Just found some railway sleepers that have been brushed aside. I've just been scooped up. And I'm leading to believe that this wasn't a building or anything, it was just some rubble that's been scooped up as well. Just found this here. I'm just wondering if this was potentially support for a signal post. And this looks like a railway sleeper, but I'm not sure it is. No, it's not. But if you do know what this is, please leave a comment in the box. Found another pile of sleepers. There's absolutely loads that have just been pushed to the side. There's absolutely loads of them. Probably about 20 of these old concrete sleepers. Potentially a drain here. Now it's all covered up with leaves, so we can't really see what's in there. And I'm not digging in there, so I'm assuming that this is a drainage channel. Got a massive load of brickwork, demolished brickwork and concrete fence posts here, so I'm not exactly sure what these were. Potentially some kind of trackside building. I'm not exactly sure. It doesn't say anything on the maps. Now the track bed towards the Ardsley Viaduct is quite dirty, so we'll see what we stumble across as we head towards the Ardsley Viaduct. So back there is the track bed from Cudworth South junction, and these stone pillars have been put in. I'm assuming it's to stop like vehicle access trying to get through, like motorbikes or actual vehicles. Now as we go along this way towards the viaduct, there's a missing bridge that used to be here, which you can see the embankment here where the bridge would have come across, and there potentially still some remains of the bridge here. And you can see how the track level dips, so the bridge would have continued across over to the other embankment, which is now to the tarmacked area of the line. So this is the start of the actual Transpennine Trail. So this is where the track bed now is tarmacked and is a little bit more walkable. So back that way is where we just come from, the Cudworth station and the Cudworth South junction, and this is where the bridge would have been demolished, and here we are at the start of the Transpennine Trail. And as you can see, this has all been tarmacked So just heading a little further down the track bed, and looks like we're in a cutting, a small cutting, that you can see the blast in the rocks here, and there's trees that have overgrown. And just in the distance you can see here a nice looking infrastructure, which is a bridge before we get to the Ardsley Viaduct. So I just stumbled across this 3-arch bridge. Absolutely brilliant structure. It's like it's made out of blue engineering brick. Crossed over the railway line. Obviously, unfortunately, there's a lot of graffiti, which I don't like, but I could just see here a little bit of decay in the masonry. And we just have a little walk underneath it. You can just see there's a little drainage pipe. It's just nice to see this structure still standing. And here's a view from the other side. Still in good condition, apart from that little bit over there. All Victorian engineering, absolutely brilliant. Just in the distance here we've got what we call the Ardsley Viaduct, which is where I'm going to conclude the video for today. And then in part 2, going down towards the Oldham Junction, is where I'll start the video from. Anyway, thank you very much for watching part 1 of the Cudworth to Oldham Junction. So we'll see you again in part 2. I'm going to start right from here where we're at, which is going to be from the Ardsley Viaduct, which absolutely looks brilliant. There's a lot of scenery around. Anyway, thank you from me and Wet Dog. See you later. See you in part 2. Take care. Bye bye.